Good afternoon and welcome to the Other Page television program. My name is Haywood Fennell Sr. This program is brought to you by Triad Veterans League. We are advocating for veterans, and we are happy to be here today despite the heat. We are hoping that you are respecting the heat because it's a few more days. Happy 4th of July coming up, folks, and we have a special documentary, small, but with a very powerful message that I want to just say a little bit about it before we show it to you. It was created by Tyree S. Brown, Brown with an E. He's one of the producers on our newly formed production team, and we are very proud of what he has done that relates to American Revolution and some of the people that you might not know or you may know that we want to introduce to our viewing audience. You see a lot of promotions about the 250th anniversary of the American birth, the American Revolution. And this documentary is about that and a little more, because what it does, it makes you aware of the African-American veterans' participation and their patriotism during that time. The American Revolution was before the 1776 Declaration of Independence from the British Empire. And we want to talk a little bit about the veterans that were a part of the struggle, African Americans in particular, that came as servants. And they didn't want to give them the guns because they wasn't sure that they would fight. But fight they did. They fought so hard and they died so hard. But the British wanted to offer them, and did offer them, their freedom if they stopped fighting for the continental United States, because it was not the United States, it was called a continental. And they decided, some of them went with the British and went to Canada, set up Nova Scotia. But those that remained is what we want to talk about today. So we want to show that footage to you. Again, it was done by Tyree S. Brown, Brown with an E. We'll show that to you right now. Folks, that was absolutely a taste of history. We don't really get a lot of them. So here at the Other Page television program, we just wanted to bring that and tie it into the 250th anniversary celebration that we'll be having on July 4th, acknowledging the independence won by the Americans from the British. You saw it here. It was done again by one of our producers, Tyree S. Brown with an E, and we hope that you got something out of it. We're going to take a little break right now, and we'll be right back with our next guest. Back again with the Other Page television program, folks. I can't tell you anything about this man that is our guest today. His contribution musically is really nonpareil, second to none. His efforts in educating our young people to appreciate learning how to play the piano, which is really something that all of our children should have the opportunity to do because he does it so well. My guest this afternoon is a friend of our program, Paul White.
Hello, Haywood.
Paul, I just want to let you explain the preparation that you did, which began even before the last performance. That I want people to know a little bit about you, you know, because you've been in a lot of places and you played in a lot of places, and you know, I just think that this interview would be incomplete if we didn't know a little more about you, because you came the last time to talk about the Anthem project.
Right,
you know,
right.
So, where are you from?
I'm from Roxbury, Massachusetts, born on Maywood Street.
Okay, well, you can go ahead on from there if you don't mind, just telling us a little bit about your education. And,
well, I started out at the South End Music School, and that was on Rutland Square.
Okay.
Which was a pivotal moment in my life. It was a community effort that a lot of the higher institutions, higher educational institutions in the city got together and put this situation together for kids in the community to take music lessons. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the parents in the community took advantage of that. So there was a lot of kids that went to that school. It was an after-school program. And I was always interested in music, and I think the reason why I'm a pianist today is because wherever I went, everybody had a piano in their living room. So that was it was accessibility. That's what I saw. I think if I had seen a lot of violins, I might have been a violinist. But the accessibility was definitely the piano.
And your desire to be in music.
Exactly. And so, you know, and I used to get kicked off of the instruments because, you know, it started in the black church. And I used to get kicked off the instruments, and I would go right back. They would kick me off, and I'd go right back. Yeah. And it was a cat and mouse game until I was about maybe 6, 7, 8.
Really?
Oh yeah, I played cat and mouse with them. Oh yeah, because there were pianos everywhere. So they kicked me off one, I'd know where another one was. Yeah. Because we didn't have a piano at my house. Right. We didn't have one.
You got one now, though.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, you got one. You know, like Paul.
Ruby Guscott was the of the Guscott, Rubina, the building in Grove Hall.
Yeah.
She's the first. She's the first. Mrs. Guscott was the one who gave me her piano.
His mother.
Yep.
I interviewed Mr. Guscott, and he told me about his mother. He didn't mention her musical appreciation, but what I want to know from you is that in order for you to do what you do so well, you made a decision and you stepped out of that circle and you found another circle that you've been able to expand on musically. Would you say?
Yeah, I guess the way to explain it, the best way I can, is that it was determination. I was determined, and that's what it was. It was just something I wanted to do. I remember seeing Oscar, my father was a jazz buff. And I remember my first time of really becoming very interested in pianoisms. That's a word I'm making up right now.
Who did you say? Oscar
It was
Peterson?
Errol Garner.
Or Errol Garner, Concert by the Sea?
Errol Garner, Concert by the Sea. Was when I heard that, I said I wanted to play like that.
When you heard those, when you heard those grunts.
Yeah, no, not so much the grunts. It was the flourishes that amazed me. And so I decided. And then I heard. And then there was Oscar Peterson, and then I remember. Then there was a lot of media around Van Cliburn when he won the Tchaikovsky competition.
Right.
So then that kind of interested me. That the Tchaikovsky piano concerto, and I played that at my when I graduated from Academy. I played the first movement for my graduation.
Right, and so that's my next question. Is your taste for music is broad?
Yes, it is. It is.
And
I wouldn't have it any other way, and I will not let any of that stuff go.
But
I will always try to do the most.
What I want to say though is that the broadness of your music allows us to hear music that we wouldn't have normally heard.
That's true, and that's unfortunate though. I think that's unfortunate.
And I'm going to say that the period pieces that you did, absolutely.
Thank you, sir. I want to apologize. I have an apology to ask you for. Forgiveness.
Well, you don't want to apologize on my show. We don't do that.
Oh, yeah, we're going to do this time. Just for this. Just this time.
That's awful.
I meant to do this, and I didn't. I meant to ask all the veterans in the audience to please stand and be acknowledged before we did the Wilhowsky Battle Hymn of the Republic.
I just took my stand.
I meant, because I saw you there, and it was so much going on that it just kind of passed. I was really planning on doing that.
I'm really looking forward to you doing that at the next time you do this.
Oh no, it's already done. It's already booked. It will be Sunday the 13th next year. And it will be an ongoing annual event, just like how they meet up at the park at the Shattuck Hospital. Well, that Sunday before Juneteenth, there will always be that celebration of the anthem from here on in.
Tell us a little bit about that wonderful presentation
Thank you, sir.
did and the people that were involved. I know a couple of them,
oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
I really appreciate what I heard, what I saw, and the reception that was given after the program.
Yeah, and I was very appreciative of that because it was a situation and circumstance that we had no way of knowing how it was going to turn out, but we just kept going.
Well, that's a part of you,
We just kept going.
That's a part of you, too, because, I've seen another one of your productions up at Bethel.
Yep. The Duke Ellington Sacred Jazz.
Come Sunday.
Yeah.
That Duke piece, that sticks with me because it exposed our people to another level of music appreciation. Yeah. The way that it was done, and so.
I thank the Celebrity Series for their support.
I think also that Tyree and I were there, and he did a piece of the music, video of the music. And he so appreciated that he went through that process of holding that camera, just holding it. And when I saw the footage, it was as though there was the braces and stuff that a real cameraman had because he was so involved and wanted to get that because you did a fantastic job.
Yeah, I was, there's something that I'm going to, I guess, sort of publicize for the first time, telling you what my next project is going to be.
Oh, you want to say it on our show? Good.
I'm going to say it on your show.
All right.
First time I'm publicizing it. I'm planning on doing a show that will be one beat. And I'm going to show by using this initial beat. And I know somebody out there may steal it, but I said it here right now. It's going to be one beat. And I'm going to show how from that one beat, from the African slaves, how all of the music of rhythm came from that one beat.
Evolve.
That's what I'm going to do.
Well,
It will go through, we're going to go through, I don't know, I'd like to do it, and I'm saying this publicly, that I would like to do it at Grace, because I love that building. I was in that building before Bishop Foxworth. It was when it was the Christ Scientist.
yeah.
And I always wanted to do something in there because that's the correct venue. The structure of the building is the correct venue for those kinds of presentations. So I'm going to have to try to convince Bishop Foxworth to let me do, because I'm going to have to take that beat, that initial beat, I'm going to have to take that through jazz, rock and roll, rap, hip hop, and it will all be the same beat, and it will just be music that's all in, but the beat will be at the center of the performance.
Folks, we got a guy here that I can't argue with him because he's so good. We're going to take a little break right now, get some more Paul White, our guest today, talking about his rise, a needed rise in musical education. We're going to talk a little bit about his program. So we'll be right back. Back again here on the Other Page television program. That was an incredible piece, Paul, that you arranged. Thank you
Yeah,
so
lift
very
up your
much.
heads, O ye gates. Yeah, that was, wow. This is my first time seeing it. This is the first thing I've seen of the performance.
Well, and you saw it on
I did.
the Other Page television program.
Yeah, I did.
Produced by Tyree
Yeah.
S. Brown with an E.
Mm-hmm.
And in putting it together, you know, I didn't know it was going to come out as good as it did.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to thank you for the time, you know, that you did the arranging for this piece, because I was there and I saw, you know, different people doing different things, etc. But I wanted to talk a little bit, if I could, with you about your music.
Yeah.
And the young people that you're working with. Can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Oh, yeah. I had Julian Gale,
Yes,
who...
yeah, that's our first son.
He performed the Bach Well-Tempered Clavier Book Number 1, Prelude Number 1, with Aryeh Jacobi, violinist extraordinaire.
I saw him, yeah, he was good.
And that was just because the difficulty with that piece when it comes to a child learning it is that the fingering positions, the progressions are changing, ever so changing, through the whole piece. And Julian had to really be focused, and he did, and he nailed it, and I was very proud of him.
Let me ask you a question, Paul. The different dynamics for learning with young people, like 8 years old,
Right.
and a kid that's like 13 or 14.
Right.
There's some type of...
you have to hone into not only the physicality of what you're going to have to be doing or teaching this child. You have to hone into how they learn, how their mind accepts.
How they learn. Okay.
How they learn. Because every child, and this is why some, and I'm just saying this because this is my own personal opinion. You have to know the child to know how their thought process is and what their learning process is. And I don't want to discuss Julian on an analytical basis. I don't think that's the appropriate thing to do. But there were certain things about Julian that I know, and that is the way I present.
There's certain rudiments of teaching.
Exactly. That it can't be cookie cutter.
No.
And this is what's happening all over the world, is everybody has one little, and you can't do that. It is, every human is different, and you have to be able to hone into the skills and how they're going to interpret their skills.
Let me ask you this, because you let the cat out the box when you said that. So, you know, I'm going to go to some place that we don't get that many people that are music educators on our program. You know, again, we're really grateful for you taking the time, and we know that you've had a lot of experiences. What is your thoughts when people ask you about the significance of music in the Harlem Renaissance?
The Harlem Renaissance, for me, was a situation where Black Americans in Harlem, they always had that interest in the technology, the technique, the technical aspect of music delivery. But because we were relegated to do certain things, they didn't have a voice in that kind of arena, and they pushed the doors open. I think that's what happened, because, you know, they were remember the lady that, I forgot her name, I'm sorry, Haywood, but the lady that was the sculptor, she was a sculptor, and she did all those great, you know, I mean, there was no stage for them. So they made, I think the Harlem Renaissance was what they say Renaissance in French, is rebirth. I think that it was a situation where the Black artists in Harlem said, we are coming, we're here, and we're making our stand.
What about some of the pianists during the Renaissance? You had Duke Ellington, of course. You had Jelly Roll Martin.
I was going to just say that. U.B.
U.B. Blake. Nelson.
Yeah. So, you know, and they said that we are not going to be, and this is why.
They put stuff on Broadway.
That's right. What I'm saying to you is that was the reason why, Haywood, is that I was adamant is having the the anthems that were presented in the traditional black church as an art form.
You were too busy to see the people standing.
No, I didn't see anything of that.
I'm talking about.
I didn't see any.
I don't want to call this reverend's name, but
I know who the. I saw him.
Yeah, but
you couldn't miss him.
Right, and the other people that were standing.
Yeah.
And each one of those, it was what they call a standing ovation.
No, well, the thing is, without I'll say his name because I know exactly who you're talking about. Is that he comes from that tradition. We're talking about my very good friend, Pastor Gregory Groover, and how he automatically, because he knew the lift up your heads, O ye gates. So he knew all hail the power was coming. So when they said all hail, and I did the organ, finale, he stood. But he was beckoning everybody to stand. But he was standing for the whole thing, just about.
Yeah, because I was sitting right there next to him, and I was looking at the people. I saw you with the big book.
Yeah.
going from here to there, making sure that you had your pages because this was something that you wanted the community to know about.
Exactly. That's why I didn't charge.
Right.
And I thank the community for coming out and giving me the offering that they did.
Yeah.
I want to thank the community for that.
We needed to have that, and here you are today. And seeing your piece that was done by Tyree on our show is really...
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen any reproduction
but,
of it.
What else is there for you other than teaching the school with the young people?
Oh, yeah, I have to do that. I mean, because I think that one of the issues is that if we can't document our legacy ourselves, somebody else will document them and they'll own it. They'll own it. And this is the problem, and I'm going to call it a problem and a concern.
One that we can solve, though.
That can be solved if we can write music out, if we can document what we've done. The issue is that you saw what in Ray Charles, he had to fight for those.
This is work.
Yeah. He had to fight for the masters.
And Michael, too.
Michael had to, too. Prince had to, too.
Yeah.
All these people, the industry was always a situation where they benefited off of us and our talents and our capabilities, but they pocketed the profits. Right. So, and if we write out our music, if we have it documented, and we own the publishing on our music, then it really is ours.
Right. So what are you doing about that?
Well, what I'm doing is I try to document everything that I do.
Right.
The issue with that is that I'm going to have to now go back and look at all those anthems and maybe document how I played them. Yeah. Because how I played them is not how they're written in the music as the blueprint.
No, this is a schematic that you did.
That's right.
Yeah.
I will readily say, because it's not copyright infringement, is that I embellished all of those anthems.
Yeah, well, that's arranging.
I did.
That's arranging.
Yeah, I did.
So people...
I had to, because it would have... If I hadn't gone and really gone over and seen how can I make this the bigness that it's supposed to be, then it wouldn't have been as superfluous.
But you have to protect
it wouldn't have
that.
Been.
You have to protect that.
I have to protect that. So I have to go back to the drawing board now.
Right, you gotta look
and
at that.
try and document
the
arrangements that I used for those anthems.
Right.
Because even the Wilhowsky, the Battle Hymn of the Republic, that was, I did, there was runs in there that is not so prominent in Paramount in the presentations that I've done, like by the U.S. Army and the Navy, because they all use that. They played that Battle Hymn, the Wilhowsky, at Reagan's funeral.
I always begin to see different things, in my mind when I hear you play that. You know, and
it's a
it
kind of
arouses,
demanding.
arousing
Pianistically, it's a very demanding piece.
but it's an arousing for the listener. Mm-hmm. It's an arousing piece.
Yeah.
You know, I'm riding a horse now. Mm-hmm. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
And at the end, you're
I'm
coming
in there.
Yeah, but at the end, you're coming to the finish, and you're using all the power and might left in you. Yeah. And that's what it's supposed. That's how it's supposed to be portrayed.
What else do you have? Are you planning on writing a score for a musical or play or anything?
I would like
Does that
to.
cross your mind?
Mm-hmm. I would like to.
Okay.
I would like to. I think I have covered so many things that I think that it is time for me to do something that is completely 100% original. I think I need to make my mark.
Right. Mm-hmm. You have made marks all over the world. You've been to countries.
Yeah. But, you know, the whole thing.
That's a different mission, though.
It is completely different. I'll never forget when I was playing in Dubai, and, you know, there was a situation in Dubai that how I got there, because there was some situations, I don't want to discuss them on air, and that's how I got to Dubai. And when I got there and went to my very first gig, they said to me, "Where's your music?" I said, "Oh no, it's all in here. I'll be fine." And they were so they were looking at, because, you know, I had a friend, Lucky, that was from South Africa, and I had met him, and he was the one that recommended me to go to Dubai. He was a pianist in Dubai also. And at that situation, that juncture, they said, "Okay, just bring him. Just bring him here. Bring him." So they thought that, you know, because everybody comes with all these books. But that was going to be a jazz gig. That was going to be an improv gig. That's what that gig was for me. So, and I'll never forget, the guy looked at me and he said to me, at the W Hotel, the W or the H Hotel in Dubai, and he said, "Where's your music?" I said, "I don't have any music." I mean, I looked at him like he was like, "What? Yeah. What are you talking about?" And he said, "Well, what are you going to play?" I said, "Oh, I'll be fine." That's what I just said. And he looked like to say, but then when I started playing, he said, "Oh." So I just told them to book me around the clock. I didn't go sightseeing in Dubai at all.
You don't know?
No. Mm-mm.
So look, I wanted to ask you about one that was pretty prominent, playing for the rich people, Bobby Short.
Oh, he liked me. Bobby Short liked me, but I didn't live in New York.
Right. Yeah.
So they were interested in me.
He was all downtown. He played downtown.
Carlisle.
Yeah, Carlisle.
Yeah, they were interested in me, but I tried to skate the issue.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was making all the interviews and everything, but then, "Do you live here?"
Yeah.
And I said, "No, I don't."
Right. And then
they said, "You have to be here." So.
Then there's Mary Wilson.
Oh, Mary Wilson, yeah, in Stanford, yeah. I played at her house.
Is that right?
Yeah, I played for a few people in Stanford, in Darien, and those places, Greenwich. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, in Connecticut down.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
Where people got the big pianos.
Oh, they all had Steinways.
Yeah, yeah. What do you have?
I have it's called an Essex, which is built by Steinway. And I have a Baldwin, and I have 4 keyboards, and I forgot, I got to tell you something else, and I'm starting a bell choir. Yeah, I'm starting a bell choir, but the bell choir is not going to be sacred music. It's going to be R&B. I'm doing the stylistics and the
with the bells.
Yeah, yeah, I am.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I am. Stylistics and not so much, more the Philly sound, more of the, Gamble, Huff, that stuff.
Gamble and Huff,
Yeah.
Right, that would be nice. That'd be
yeah, it's going to sound good.
Will you bring it back here for us to hear it?
Oh yeah, I'll bring it.
Because I want you to know I want our viewing audience to know that we're inviting Paul White to come whenever he feels that he needs to, you know, let you know what's happening with his music, because it's very unique music. It is about our people, you know, and straightening things out, you might want to say, you know, and we really enjoy you.
Thank you.
You know, because you've been going around, but you haven't been going around in circles. You have a plan.
Oh, I like that song now. I play that all the time, Billy Preston.
We have a,
you know.
You have a concentric circle that expands, but it doesn't break.
Uh-huh.
And I want you to know that we encourage you. You know.
Thank you so much, Haywood. And I'm honored to be on your show. I really am. It gives me a chance, a stage, gives me a soapbox to push my stuff, which I really do appreciate. I do.
Folks, we want to talk a little bit about the importance of literacy. Getting away from Mr. White for a minute. We're going to get back with him before we close out. But Triad Veterans League is involved in educating our community. As you very well know, the coming weekend, it's going to be hot. Nothing we can do about that. But, you know, drink a lot of water. But, you know, we want to try to correct some things around African-American veterans and their contributions to America's freedom. Keep in mind that when we were fighting in World War, American Revolution, as a matter of fact, we were not free. And we fought every war under the guise of being free, but we're still not free in a lot of ways. And Triad Veterans League is the only veterans organization in the city of Boston, maybe in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, that took the time and got a small funding from Boston Public Health Commission to do a survey of services rendered to African-American veterans at the VA hospital in Jamaica Plain. The finding was that there is a lack of cultural sensitivity and a need to hire more professional people that the veterans trust, as opposed to going to community-based health providing services and displacing the people from the community and not place responsibility on the people that are at the Jamaica Plain VA Hospital. So we plan to go back, me and Triad Veterans League and our collaborating partners, to join the center at UMass Boston and some other veteran organizations, and veterans that are interested in ensuring that we get served, because we have served. A lot of the people that you see now struggling around substance abuse area are people of veterans and deny that they're veterans because they're not being treated right. So let's try to understand, if you got a problem around veterans issues, your number to call, you can call 857-204-5312, and we'll find out what we can do, because we talk to the commissioner all the time. And by the way, September the 11th at City Hall Plaza, we're going to be doing the stand down from 10 until 5, you know, and the stand down brings the veterans together to see what they can get to improve their situation. So we hope that you'll be there. August the 22nd at the General Edward O. Gordine Park, across the street from Station 2 in Roxbury. We find ourselves being presented by the Commissioner of Veteran Services for the City of Boston. We're going to have some tables out there, etc. Again, you can call 857-204-5312, and we can give you further information on that. We're almost ready to wind up, but I want to impress upon you the importance of our culture and having Mr. White on talking about what he's doing, because a lot of people say, I was thinking about. No, we don't think about. We have to do about.
Yeah.
And that's what we have here today. We had a presentation from one of our community leaders and educators, and we want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much, sir.
You know, and we want to thank Tyree for his diligence in making sure that we could present your piece, a piece of your piece, and also to honor our veterans that were a part of the American Revolution, even before the American Revolution. Christmas Addicts, Frederick Douglass later on. We could go on and on, but I do want you to go down to the General Edward O. Gordine Park and sit and see what we've created for you. As our former chairman, I think we need your support there. Bring the kids there so that we can teach and they can learn about who they are. We want to thank you so much for having us here this evening. There'll be some more information about some upcoming programs that we plan to do in the community, and we just want to thank you. We also want to invite you to go to our YouTube page, Tyree S. Brown with an E is working on. The Oscar Michelle Family Theater Program Company, Boston, is the YouTube page, and it's hooked up. It's all history, it's not a mystery. And that's what we're trying to do, redefine so that we can refine our thinking. You know, so we want to thank you so much for having us here today. God bless you. Happy July 4th. Happy July 4th. Respect the heat. Respect the heat. Okay? We thank you again for allowing us in. This has been a great show. Paul White, we thank you again for bringing us in. We're going to close out with some of our images again. There is one image there for you to see of us in the new club, jazz club at 2343. There you go, right there. There we are. There we are. Richard nice. Taylor, Roxbury, Main Street. Stanley,
I know everybody there.
There's Stanley Thompson.
Yeah.
Tyree S. Brown, myself, and my hat. You see, I got my hat. My hat is my trademark. Somebody told me to throw it away, only because they wanted, folks. I'm not going to throw it away.
I like that hat, Haywood. I like that.
So we want to thank you again for being so wonderful. Kudos coming your way. We're still looking for artists to create this animated movie project. Thank you. God bless you. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.